The Dominion has asked the Alliance to send an expeditionary force into the outer reaches of their territory. The Hurq aren't as numerous there, and we're hoping we can learn more about them while we render aid to the Dominion in that sector. Ambassador Odo will be accompanying us on his flagship, along with Captain Kira aboard the Defiant. I'll be commanding a modest Cardassian fleet as well. We'll start in the Dosi system. Our latest intelligence has discovered a Hurq presence in that area. Meet us there at your earliest convenience.
Indeed. Thank you, Garak. Now, okay. Okay, so let's go through our prizes again. We get the usual experience and expertise. We get some Ketchup White, very nice, and some delivery more. Ketchup White is useful for if you have jumped out bridge officers. We don't have any at the moment, but every player can obtain at least one free of charge. I'll cover that at a lot later date. And we get one polymer beam away and one polymer high density beam rifle and the personal trader code. And this is one thing I would like to talk about and show off it later on, but it might take a little time, but let's get going.
Be seeing you.
Seeing you as well.
Thank you for joining us. As you can see, we can't even defend our stations from Hurq attacks. It's going to take a joint Alliance and Dominion effort to stop them. We are currently at the edge of the Dosi system. Thankfully, the Hurq aren't attacking the Dosi homeworld yet. They're starting to evacuate as a precaution, however.
Who are the Dosi? I kind of missed the set for the briefing.
The Dosi recently joined the Dominion after many years of independence. Their aggressive fondness for commerce can be troublesome, but they've managed to prove their worth to the Founders. Work on this planet was a joint project with the Karemans, and the Dominion built a station here to provide oversight.
Understood.
All ships, target the Hurq and fire at will.
Victory is life!
You're a handy person to have around. And while I'd like to put this system far behind us, I believe we should find out what we can about the Hurq and their reasons for being here. While we still can, of course. The Hurq may decide to send more ships here.
Very well, Counselor. So let's to the planet. Let's scan this planet.
Scanning in progress.
This planet appears to have been abandoned some time ago. No life signs detected. Sensors indicate an extensive network of defunct mines. I'm reading residual levels of dilithium, topoline, chemosite. several components used in the production of Ketracel White. How curious. Of what use would this world be to the Hurq? It's clearly of no value to the Dominion. Wait. I'm reading more Hurq inbound.
Power stations.
They're going for the station. What are they after?
Indeed.
We should scan the station once we're done with these Hurq.
Seriously? Well, blew that up. Down in the station.
The station is a basic resource transport hub, not exceptionally old. No life signs on sensors. It looks abandoned. I'm picking up trace levels of mineral resources in several storage areas, but there's nothing of note here, unless the Hurq are driven solely to consume an assortment of minerals. This is a very interesting place, in that it's completely uninteresting to everyone but the Hurq.
This station wasn't recently abandoned. Okay, I should point out, Development 4 means that because this character is, well, a couple of years old, I've managed to progress various trees of this. Development 4 is after be this particular tree I've actually managed to pick up. So I'm just going to point out that this line does change between the skills. So this station wasn't recently abandoned.
I concur. If my analysis of the station's life support systems is correct, this station hasn't been in use for nearly 20 years. From a tactical and economic point of view, this planet and its station are close to worthless, and have been for some time. Quite an enigma we've discovered here. An abandoned station of no worth to the Dominion, and yet Odo brought us here, specifically, over several nearby systems of considerably more value. Why, I wonder?
Yeah. I'm getting some weird feelings about this.
Either the Hurq are attacking mindlessly, randomly, or there is something compelling about this planet we have yet to realize. In any event, I don't think the answers we're looking for are here.
Let's move on then.
Don't go to warp just yet. We're picking up a distress signal over here. You should take a look.
I'll check. Whip.
Looks like it's a Ferengi signal of uncertain origin coming from the Karema system. I seem to recall Quark mentioning some business with the Karemans recently. This can't be a coincidence. We should look into this. Quark might have bitten off more than he can chew again.
Yeah. That sounds like Quark, alright? You know Quark better than I do.
Is that really a good use of our time? The Karemans are very resourceful. They design a considerable number of weapons and defense systems for the Dominion. I'm confident they can deal with the Hurq on their own. As for Quark, he's quite capable of getting himself out of trouble. Trouble, I might add, that he had no business getting into in the first place.
I must say, Ambassador, I'm shocked. I know Quark's a gambler, but I never realized you were as well. Karema is a part of the Dominion, and an important one at that. Is losing their tactical and technological resources to the Hurq wise?
Indeed.
Very well. Since I can see there's no talking you out of this, I'll accompany you to Karema. We're ready to go warp when you are. Let's get this over with.
Let's go.
Where did all these ships come from?
And here we are, the Karema system. Let's find out what Quark needs, deal with it, and move on.
What's going on here?
Far be it for me to question the word of a founder, but that is a very large Dominion fleet I'm reading on sensors. I only mention it because we were led to believe Odo's fleet was the last. I trust there's a reasonable explanation for this miscommunication.
Garak, the Dominion flagship is telling us.
Your presence is not required here. Explain yourself.
We responded to a distress call.
As are we. Karema is part of the Dominion. We are here to assist them, if they wish it.
You have more fleets than Odo reported.
Odo commands an expeditionary fleet. It is his to use in a mission to seek and destroy the Hurq as he sees fit. My fleet is a defense fleet. It seems the distinction was not made clear to you. How unfortunate.
We wish to assist the Kremlins.
I will take responsibility for their actions in Kareman space. One of our operatives requires immediate extraction.
You're quite persistent, aren't you? Very well. In the spirit of our newfound pact with the Alliance, I will allow you to proceed, albeit at your own risk. Exercise caution, Odo. It would be tragic for you to come so far, only to end it all here over Karema.
Indeed.
It seems we're not getting the whole story here.
So, business as usual.
Exactly, Captain.
The trick is to grab. Let's put that one over to there. One thing about having a ship that does this stuff. Criminal ships. Response. Try all frequencies and get nothing in return. Keep trying.
My sensors are showing a broad band of interference in the area. It's jamming the standard Kareman hailing frequencies. Might I suggest giving them a new, more secure frequency to use for communications?
I'll send them a new frequency.
Hello? Can you hear me? We need help, and fast! Most of our planetary defense lines are in danger of being overrun by the Hurq. We tried to evacuate, but the Jem'Hadar fleet opened fire on our ships when they broke orbit. We're trapped!
Jem'Hadar fired on you? Odo, your thoughts?
Combat is notoriously chaotic. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for that. One best pursued after we find Quark and help the Karemans.
We'll play it your way for now.
I wonder. Ah, yes. We should try to find Quark soon. It's quite possible he's the only Ferengi on the planet. A deep-range sensor scan should locate him.
We'll scan for Quark.
Scanning in progress.
Took a few scans, but one thing life sign is surrounded by handful of Kremer and a large number of Kirk figures. There's a lot of information in the area, so we can't get transported lock in a minute's time. Can we help them?
Finally. I was beginning to wonder if anyone would come. It took you long enough. Is Garak with you?
We need to get Quark out quickly, before he has an encounter with the Hurq of the fatal variety. Let's go down together, while Captain Kira and the Ambassador cover our ships in orbit. We'll have to beam down outside of Quark's location. I suggest bringing some pattern enhancers along. We may need them to beam out once we find him.
I'm ready. And let's get some pattern answers when we get. Let's go.
We're about as close to Quark's last known location as we can get with transporters. I'm afraid we'll have to make the rest of the journey the old-fashioned way.
Let's go.
Shall we?
Yes, let's go, Chancellor.
Quark's life sign is near here. Let's try to find a way in.
Indeed, this looks like the gun spot. That looks like a cave entrance to me.
How convenient. We've found a hidden path. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Interesting. The metal in the walls here completely scatters my sensors.
Yeah.
Ah, more. Seems we're in the right place.
Garak?
My tricorder shows a Ferengi life sign beyond that rather secure door. Unfortunately, the Kremen security system is beyond me. Given time, I could crack it, but we're running low on that commodity. There are a number of Kremen life signs nearby, however. One of them might be able to help us reach Quark.
Understood. So let's take a door and... Is this room clear? And O'Brien?
Thought that was it. I was gonna get eaten by one of those things. Can't say I like that idea much, so, thanks, whoever you are. You're not police or military, well, Kremen military anyway. What brought you down here to the middle of hell?
We're looking for Ferengi.
Oh, him. Think I saw my brother and some of his men hustle the little grifter into a vault before those monsters got in here. Good luck getting him out of there. Wait, that was rude. You just saved my life. Let me return the favor. One of my brother's people should be able to open the door for you. Find them, and you're all set.
Got it. Thought that'd be the case. So,
Perhaps waiting here would be best. The outer world is still a mess.
indeed. Oh dear. Alright. Pop on the door. Phase it to it and right, click out the room. Me and Matt.
Thanks for the timely rescue. I don't suppose you'd be willing to turn a blind eye to all the contraband you've seen down here? It'd save me the trouble of shooting you later.
Excuse me?
Kidding. I was kidding. You know, humor. Do they have that on your planet? Anyway, you're clearly not Kremen police, so what brings you down here?
We're looking for a finger named Hurq.
Oh, Quark, yeah, I know him. Little guy, big ears, flashy dresser. I hear he owns a moon. And we locked him up in a secure room when the shooting started. Big spender like that should be kept safe. Tell you what, help us out with all these nerks, gurks, and whatever you call them. Help us, and I'll help you. Deal?
Deal. Alright. Right.
The other Dominion ships just left the system. We're on our own.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll wait for you here. Try not to die, okay?
Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm glad we've got part of people around here. Right. Mr. Canal?
Am I glad to see you? Thought for sure we'd be safe from those things down here. Caves do a number on sensors and transporters, but that didn't slow them down much. Filthy creatures. If you don't mind my asking, why are you here? You're not with Kremen Defense. Are you mercenaries? Private security?
No. We're looking for Ferengi.
That'd be Quark, then. Only Ferengi around here that I know of, anyway. He's in a secure vault, not far from here, with another VIP. Look, I owe you my life, but I don't have the code to get to Quark. There are others nearby. One of them should have it. Help them, and I'll make sure they open the door for you. I swear it.
We've got the rest. Let's go get Quark. So, we should find one of the people should be the should let us in.
The door's right there. I'll stay here while you save everyone.
Okay. Yeah, Matt?
And here we all are, alive and kicking. Wonderful. We had a deal, and I'm not about to back out on it, especially since you're all so well armed and cranky. Not the kind of people I want to cross.
be good. Door's open. You'd better get a move on. Your pal sounds a little stressed.
Yeah, let's move. Yeah, that is definitely a Ferengi scream. Yeah. Whoa. Bye. Whee. I'm glad I set that up before they come around.
It's good to see you too, Quark. I see your mission was a successful one as well.
Yes, Garak, I found your mysterious widget. What is it exactly? It's not Kremen tech. They found it a few days before I got here. I haven't had a lot of time to analyze it, thanks to the Hurq.
I see. Thank you, Quark. This narrows things down considerably.
It does. Good. That makes it more valuable.
Indeed it does, my friend. Indeed it does.
Right. Okay. Let's see if... First minute?
Not the liberators I was expecting, but thank you nonetheless. I'm First Minister Bakelba. Our situation has gone from bad to worse, and we have the Dominion to thank for it.
In what way?
Those of us on the edge of the Dominion were abandoned when the invasion began. In light of that, we voted to secede, to truly stand alone. The Dominion stood by while the Hurq attacked us. We held off the invasion for a while, but their numbers are great. When we asked for aid, the Dominion refused. When we tried to evacuate, their fleet opened fire. They mean to punish us for our defiance.
That's unexpected. They need allies. Yeah. Quark.
Well, First Minister, it looks like my distress call was heard. We're saved. Thank you. Looks like your reputation for getting things done is well-deserved.
You're welcome.
And as for you, Garak, you and I need to have a long discussion. Seems you forgot to mention that Karema was under a Dominion blockade, and in the middle of a Hurq invasion. Do Cardassians go senile? Oh, don't answer that, I don't want to know. What I do know is, you're not paying me enough for this aggravation.
Calm down, Quark. You're safe now. And we need to hit the person in the hands just to get luck and beam everyone up for a location. Okay, yeah. So let's see, we've got a pattern enhancer here. Pattern here.
The Hurq are leaving. For now.
Yeah. And fun one here, Balkovit.
Good luck with the revolution, Minister. You'll need it. You'll be hearing from me soon, Garak.
I'm looking forward to it.
You won't when you see my bill.
Now that we're past that unpleasantness, I think it's time we had a chat with Ambassador Odo, particularly about this technological wonder we've acquired.
What is it exactly?
I have my suspicions, of course. Suffice it to say, I believe you'll find its purpose of great interest to all concerned parties. My main curiosity lies in what the Ambassador will have to say about it. I propose we get to the bottom of this together.
Very well.
Excellent. I'll make all of the necessary arrangements and meet you aboard Odo's flagship.
Okay, not yet. I've got something to wait to scan. Let's see.
It would appear that the Hurq burrowed this way to bypass the doors above. And unlike most burrowing creatures, the Hurq actually ate their way through the ground.
Interesting. Good thing we did. Yeah. Right. I think we're ready to go up.
And now that we're past that unpleasant, I have my excellent. I'll make all of the necessary arrangements and meet you aboard Odo's flagship.
Okay, let's beam up.
What is this?
Stand down, all of you. To what do I owe this unexpected visit?
I hope you'll forgive the intrusion, Ambassador. We need to speak in person.
What are you up to, Garak?
That's a very good question. What's this about exactly?
It's in regard to this device we found on Karema. Do you know what it is?
No idea. Some new Kareman military tech, perhaps?
Interesting. But no. The Karemans didn't make this. But it is a Dominion creation.
And its purpose?
I'm sure I have no idea, Ambassador. It does emit a signal, however. It's quite similar to that used by the Hurq. Perhaps I should turn it on and show you?
There's no need for that.
I don't like where this is going, Garak.
Nor I, Captain. You see, I found a similar device on Bajor.
On Bajor? When?
Right after the recent Hurq attack, I'm afraid. Captain, scan the device. You'll find the soil residue on it is of Bajoran origin.
It does. It's from the Kendra province. Well, that doesn't mean that Odo...
Enough, Nerys. I can't have you defending me on this.
What?
Garak's right. These devices called the Hurq, and we put them there.
Explain. Now.
We needed the Alliance's help immediately. There wasn't time for summits or diplomacy. So I found a high-value target and led the Hurq to it. I also took steps to make sure their attack would fail. Bajor was never at risk. You have to understand that.
You put my entire planet at risk. People died, Odo.
Nerys!
Save it. I've heard enough.
Please continue, Odo. You were saying?
I did what I needed to do to bring the Alliance into the war. I lied. Risked the lives of millions to save billions more. But there's more to this than a staged Hurq attack. The other founders are hiding things from me. If I challenge them now, I'll have no chance to find out what. So, for now, I have to play the part.
Well, you're doing a great job of that, Odo. Or should I say, founder?
Trust me when I say I understand your position, Odo. The captain, on the other hand...
I know. I have a strong lead, but I'll need your help to move on it.
You know how to reach me. It seems you are a gambler, Odo, and a high-stakes one at that.
You have no idea.
And we've got a Dominion ship, and, well, we've got our team up here. Okay, do come.
It is not my place to question the will of the Founders. Your mind, however, is your own. Do with it as you will, but be warned. The Founders do not appreciate betrayal. If the Alliance withdraws from their pact with the Dominion, the consequences could be severe.
But everyone involved, remember that. So, Odo?
I need you to understand that Bajor was never at risk. We took precautions. I made sure that my fleet was in position to neutralize the Hurq in time.
And Karema?
Karema was not my decision. Do you honestly think I'd take part in a plot to bring allies to our side, and then move to wipe out another group of allies? As I said to Garak, there is more to this than we know. I'm going to find out what and why. I hope you're inclined to join me when the time comes.
We'll see. There's a lot to consider. Indeed, so... yeah. Let's have a chat with Lois and Weyoun.
I'm surprised to see you here, Weyoun. Aren't you usually at your founder's side, hanging on her every word?
Excuse me?
It is a message from said founder that brings me here now. She would remind you of your purpose, to serve the Dominion as a whole.
How kind of you to deliver the message in person. Thank you for your service. As for my service, the ambassador shares his wisdom and guidance with me. Truly, he is a most benevolent god. Why should I not serve him? He is a founder, after all.
Hello?
Serve the Founders, yes, but also serve them well. Do recall the fate of your predecessor. She thought she served the Founders well, quite possibly to the moment her unfortunate life came to its conclusion. As we both know, she was greatly mistaken.
I remember rightly, that's a story that we haven't done yet. Excuse me?
The same could be said for your predecessor as well, dear Weyoun. Have you forgotten his sins? I know the Founders haven't.
Hey.
This is a private conversation. Unless you're here on a matter of the utmost importance, I suggest you find someone else to speak with. Somewhere else.
My apologies. Okay, Garak.
Quite the revelation, don't you think? It will be interesting to see how the powers that be respond to all this. For now, I think it's best to keep this in the purview of the diplomats. Let's return to our ships. There'll be more time to speak about this matter later.
Indeed. Ready to 7? We can head out onward. Yes, let's head home. Visit the Dominion always so enlightening, don't you think? I suspect we've just good to discover what the Founders are really playing here, and that concerns me greatly. After today, Captain Kira may be the least of Elder's concerns, but I do feel that we need to continue working with him. However, it may be only when we learn the true intentions of the Dominion. With that in mind, I'll contact you when we're ready to move forward with this plan. And right, expertise and get yourself white and delivery mom. And we got personal Karema trader code, pull on the beam bags and pull on beam rifle. I actually do recommend going for the personal Karema trader code. Because I'll show you something about that later. That is because there is actually something it's actually a ground variant of another piece of gear we've already got. So I'll pick this up and talk about it.
Be seeing you.
Yeah, see you. Now about this. Now on the. Believe it or not, there's actually personal Crema code is actually a very, very, very nice piece of gear on the ground. And basically, it's basically the equivalent of the cold trade freighter on which you got very early on the Zero, which is, you remember rightly, it was in the beginning of the Stranded in Space episode, or the equivalent Klingon Arc 1 and the equivalent one Arc 1, but you can get access to several commodities, a mail, and pick up stuff from there. Bank, if you so wish to use it. So I've been keeping stuff in troubles in my bank again. Seriously, this is what you see out. You don't see half the time. So yeah, and the exchange. So I could put, let's either put a buy some armor or sell it. Actually, that is actually cheaper to. The reason why I bought that, only because it's actually cheaper to sell it to Hurq. Here we are on DS9 now. This is the worst place to actually use one of these, but it's a nice place to just show it off. Now, this doesn't mean that, but there are places such as the Fairground and some other, and Dyson Sphere, the Dyson Sphere grounds zone, where, and few other places where this is perfect to use because of the lack of various features here. But it comes in, stands like it comes in like that. Stands. Now, we'll point out that this guy will only stand here about 5 minutes, and any player, regardless of, can actually use this. So I could summon this in, and as long for 5 minutes in an hour, and someone else could easily use it. And just like everything else, you can get all the various features, the exchange, all this stuff. Well, you see, oh, that's very good. As I said, doing this on DS9 is the worst place to do it, but I'm not planning to really use him that much. But it's a very nice thing to have hold of, just in case. Well, having an hour cooldown does mean it's a very, very rarely used thing. But anyway, this has been Max Shack Writer. See you guys next time.
Buy another drink.
What can I get for you?